Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Relentless-tj here, and welcome back to another recap. Guys, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn. Let's jump into this one. Max loss day. Let's talk about what I could have done better here today to avoid this big loss. So, two stocks to go over. PIK and EIGR. Those were the top two today. Now, PIK, you'll see right here, huge move, man. Huge move. These are the kind of moves that we love to see in the first 2 hours. But, you know, sometimes, according to how things play out, we might see a pullback and then a big red to green. Now, I did see this stock curling up, let's say, about here or so, right? Around 230. I left out, in fact, if I can pick this up right here, to go buy some Chinese, right? And I came back, and this thing, I saw it. It was about 3:15. I got back. I don't know why. It took a while, I guess, but I got back and I saw it moving, and I started enjoying the show. I started watching on, but at this point, I was already at my max loss. In fact, I've been at my max loss since about. Let's come back to this one. Since about 11 o'clock, I'd hit my max loss. Now, for those of you on the stream, I do apologize. I'd mentioned I wanted to come back to start the stream, which I did do. I came back and I started up the stream, and for some reason it was not connecting. It was the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what was up. So I ended up Xing out OBS and ended up trading in the Discord, where we had at least, I believe, 10 to 15 people still in attendance. So EIGR, where did I go wrong on this one? You'll see 20,000 shares traded. I essentially took 10 trades and lost 5 cents a share, if we're to do the math that way. But that's not how it really played out. I took two big losses really out of those 10 trades, and one came right here. So you guys will see, what does this setup look like? This is my normal 1 minute candle to make a new high. But what I will point out is that we had some higher volume right here on this red candle. That's one thing to note. And let me pull up the live stream. Actually, I want to watch this thing here play out, so we can see a good look as to what happened. So after reviewing it, I did already. I believe I could have sold a little faster, right? I could have gotten in a little faster. Two things. So when we talk about being quick and clean on the entries, let's pull this over. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's pull this over. When we talk about being quick and clean on the entries, that was the number one thing. So hit that thumbs up button, guys. Don't forget. Let's see. Time frame. That's going to be at 9:41. So let's pull that up. Let's go back a little bit more. 9:41. So here we go. Look at this thing here. I'll move my webcam, by the way, so you guys can see everything. So I'm watching at it, and it's looking decent. EIGR, once again, the high of day volume at the time on the 1 minute candle was red. That's the only thing I didn't like about the trade. Besides that, I thought the 5-minute chart was looking all right. The 3-minute chart was looking all right, and we were looking for the move back over the highs. And as you guys know, the 5-minute chart for me takes priority. Likewise with the daily chart, right? So and when I base my trades and I talk about the quality of setup, we had a couple of stocks the last couple of days where we mentioned, hey, the daily chart not so good, but you know, we had reasons as to why we traded them, right? And so that's the order for me. And so right here, I like the 5-minute. I like the move back up. I see it possible here. And 746 by 750, we're watching, we're waiting, there's news, everything is checking out. And here's the volume spike. See how late I'm buying right here. That's the first thing to note. Look at where my order's going through. I'm hitting at 63. Well, not 63, 70, right? Look at the tape right here. 70, because the charting will have a off tick, so it's not really as fluent, right? I'm late. I'm very late. The entry here, I believe, and let's double check it. Let's see. The entry here was at 55. If the entry's at 55, why am I buying at 70? Now, there's a problem, right? There's a problem already before we even get into it. So here we go. Green, and I'm slow. And part of this is because I do this thing in my head sometimes where it's like, we're coming at a level, and I think it's because, we're in this market where it's a little on and off, right? We're a little on and off, right, this week. And we are seeing some stocks that are moving up very well through the levels, and other stocks that are coming at the levels and getting rejected. And if we're to go back to PIK, that's kind of what's happening. I took 2 trades on that one to this point, one red, one green. I'm only up $15. I believe I was down 100, made back the $100, something of that sort, right? We could take that one later. So right here, I basically hesitated at high of day, and once more volume started coming in, then I took the long, and you'll see it's a late entry. Automatically, it's late. We had a high here of 74. I'm filled at 69.59. So let's say round that up 70. We had a high of 74. I'm in the green for a split second of 4 cents. And then look at the bids right here. We had a 10,000 share buyer somewhere there at 60, 61. Right, yeah, so at 60, there's someone wanting to take 10,000 shares. And what I thought was going to happen right here was a pause in the momentum, in the volume, let's say, not momentum, but in the volume, and then the spike, an additional move, 70, 75, 80, 85, maybe 790 if we were, really opening up. Because now this is a $7 stock. I expect it to be able to move a little bit more. But all in all, that was the number one reason here why we had a problem. Instead of being long at 55, I'm long at 70. We had a high of 74. And so automatically, the 15 cents that I would have made, it's already gone in the blink of an eye, right? And I gave it a second here to hold 65 to then curl up. That was a mistake. Right here, I should have cut the trade as soon as that red came in. And so you see I'll have that slippage, right? So this one was on me. It's poor execution, really, if you want to call it, right? So here we go. We'll let it play out. I'm long. We got 74 for the high, 64 on the bids. Right there in that red, I should have been out at 61. I don't know what I was waiting on. Maybe Judgment Day. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, but that was not good. That was not good at all. So we got to be careful with that, man. We need to be in, out. The breakout trading rule states breakout or bail out, right? That is it. Breakout or bail out. And in here, we're in too long. It's just too much of a long trade. We're giving it too much time to work, right? In the breakout or bailout trade, there is no time. Either we go or that's it. So that's where the problem comes in. So you'll see this one was pretty avoidable. If I'm fast to get in, and we do, you guys see some of those trades that I'll be in that's almost like a second long, 2 seconds where we're in. The move is almost instant. Right here, the move was instant, but I'm buying late. So with the higher fill, holding too long is not good in this situation. So that was the first one. And right here, I left out because I had an interview. I didn't mention that, by the way, on the stream. For those people who came in on time, I was mentioning earlier that I was going to do a hard stop today at 10:15 a.m. and I would restart the stream for 11. That did not happen, as I mentioned earlier. I don't know what was going on with OBS and YouTube. Couldn't get the stream going again. But I left out. The interview went pretty good. But I had an issue, which was a similar issue in my last interview, which was the time, right? The time slot for where the company wanted me to be working. And I did do some changes in my application and changes in the site that I'm using for my applications to filter out everything that is early morning, right? So I'm looking for day jobs. When we say day jobs, afternoon jobs, right? 1 p.m., 2 p.m. onwards, going into the evening hours, 10, 11, 12, midnight, whatever it might be. And this one, again, was 7 a.m. to... Well, the other one was overnight. This one was 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is a no-no. It was a good position. It was paying a decent amount. The interview was going well. And at the end, where you hit like there's a pop-up thing that came up to, hey, do you want to quit out of the interview? The lady who was interviewing me, can't remember her name, but you could see her frustration. And it's not about me, right, in terms of the interview not going well or anything, but it's like, oh my God, another good candidate, or maybe another candidate that was really worthy of the job can't take the job. And it's like, damn, like I felt that pain for her. And for me, it's like, I told her, like, man, it's a little unlucky, but we'll keep trying. But yeah, so quick touch up on that as to why I left out during the stream. You guys know, if to be honest, if something was like if PIK was probably moving, I'd have had a hard decision to make if I wanted to leave or not, because this move that we ended up getting was pretty big, right? And we'll come back to the charting and talk about where the other loss came, which was over here for our EIGR. PIK, very insane move right here, man. Very insane move. Very crazy. This thing was absolutely on fire. If I wasn't at max loss, I would have came back and traded it. But, like, as I mentioned, I left out right here to get Chinese. I started curling up. I think that's the difference, though. If it's a day where I'm not at max loss, I believe I stick around because I start curling up. But in my head, it's like, yeah, okay. Even if it does give a move, like, I don't want to break that rule because there is no guarantee that I make money right here, despite it being such a good move. You guys have saw me lose money on stocks that went up 100%, even this week or last week, whatever it was. So it will happen. So, but if you asked me, would I have been able to make money here? Of course, right? The 5-minute setup here was beautiful too. Look at this pullback, ran. Look at that. Boom. And so from this moment forward, it would have been scalping galore, right? The first candle makes a new high right here. That would have been over 399, break of 4, break of the whole dollar, 408, 420. A little bit of chop, right? A little bit of chop right here, right? We had the 1-minute candle make the new high from 12 to 15, not much going on. And I would say it really started to open up at 309. So we broke over 19 and then we started to, because I believe 19 was the high of day level back here. No, 430. Okay, 430 was high of day. But anyhow, we did open up to 460 on this candle. So you guys know 430 would have been a level I would have been having on watch. And from there, it took off. This is where the real big candle started coming in here. Look at this pullback here. I mean, and just beautiful. So once we're using these big sizing to be long right here at 492, pushes to 520, guys, 30 cents. So what that will look like is a $600 trade with a 2000. So this red day here, let me tell you guys about this red day, man. This red day here is not bad. The reason why I'm sizing up today is because I'm showing up pre-market and there's a stock up 90%, PIK. So, it's everything I want to see to be aggressive. So tomorrow, if there's another stock up 100%, 80%, 70%, I will be using 2,000 shares again. And guys, these red days are fine. It's like some of the conversations I've been having with some other traders right now and where I think I am. The number one thing for me is sizing up, man. I've been trading well for a long time now, and you guys, I mentioned it so many times, sizing up. And for me, this is exactly how I size up. When pre-market is hot, bringing up my share size, being ready for the day, because even when we go back to the $1,000 days that we had, those days we're using moderate size, 800 shares, that kind of thing. So it's just a matter of being quick with the big size. And when we connect, the green day will look very different from what we're used to. So that's the number one thing. If we're going to be red, $1,000, and today I essentially lost 50 cents is how I'm looking at it. There are days where I'm making $1.50 a share, $2 a share. So, when we have that crazy momentum and, we're connecting properly, like this kind of a move right here on PIK, we'll be able to see some very, very crazy days. That's all I'll say. So stay tuned, right? Now, for the last trade, EIGR. And I'm only going over the bigger trades because the other ones, like right here, scratch trades, I'm kind of in. This is just me against the spreads right there. Well, this one was a grinding stock, man. In this area, by the way, I had a good chance to come back break even, but I sold like 2 of the positions like right before the breakout. We could look at those on the stream too. But anyhow, so I went short. I came back. The stream wasn't working. It wasn't letting me go back live for whatever reason. And I'm telling myself, you know what, man? Topping tail after topping tail. And we started to have decreasing volume, which was one of the bigger things I was watching at right here. Decreasing volume. Look at the volume spike right here. The decreasing volume gave me the confidence to go long. And it's funny because I believe during the stream I mentioned, hey, can we see a false breakout before taking the short? Some similar to what we saw in BEKE on day number 2 when I didn't realize that we had shares available, right? My nose is getting so stuffy. But anyhows, yeah, so I mentioned that, but in this case, I'm like, you know what, man, the volume is decreasing. This thing is rejecting high of day. I just saw it reject high of day right here, 19 here. And then here again, we had 19 and came back down. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to take the short. I'm short at 16 with a stop at 22. This was slippage right here. This was the most slippage I experienced today. You guys will see the other trades. I'm kind of in too slow, out too slow. This one was just pure. As soon as the volume came at 22, I was covering. I got filled at 34. This was a brutal fill right here. 16, I'm trying to cover at 23, 22. I would say at most fill me at 25 for slippage. This was a brutal, and it made me think like, okay, if this stock was to rip to like, you know how some of these things will break out in just like almost in like 2 seconds, a second, like we're up to like 860. Would they had filled me at 860 is what I was thinking. In that case, it'd have been a big loss on that trade. It would have been a second big loss for the day, like huge one. So that was it. That was the day. For those of you who do want to quickly see this area here between 10:05, we could pull that up quickly. And I'll head out of here. I'm gonna head out of here and be back. Where is it? Jeez, I got all these videos open. Here we go. Okay, 10:05. Let's fast forward a little bit. 50. We need 15 minutes. Wait, what did I just count? Oh my God, what did I just count? Jesus Christ. I don't know what I just counted right there. But anyhows, 10:05 is coming up, and we're about to get a 1-minute setup right here. These trades are much better than the first one I took over here. So I'm watching at it on this flag, watching, waiting, and here we go. It's coming up. 62 is the high right here where I want to see it break. So wanting the entry 58 to 62 if we're going to see the spike. So seeing some green, we're long, we're watching, we're back out flat, it's not quite going. And right here we're going to get another attempt. Hold on. Where is it? We got a bit of a topping wick. It curls right back up. And this time with some more volume. I think it's right here. We got the new candle, so it's pushing up. Waiting. And so I'm long right here. Entry of 60. This might have been a flat trade too. Yeah, this was a flat trade. It's one more. It's coming. It's coming. Where is it? I might have waited a little bit. Yeah, I think I waited a little bit because, okay, we're not getting the breakout. I gave it 2 attempts. The sellers at 60 weren't bad. I mean, it's just a couple thousand shares there. So I ended up waiting. And then once green started to come for the break of 70, I was watching high of day now at 80 for the push. So I'm going to get long right here to 69 for the break through the high for the retest of 80. So I ended up waiting a little bit. I'm watching. By the way, I could take off the webcam again. I'm watching. Here we go. There's going to be a bid that comes in too. Keep in mind an eye out for that. Yeah, so here we go. Waiting for green, waiting for green. Waiting. Waiting patiently. I believe there's a bid that comes in somewhere here. Okay, let me fast forward. It's kind of not... I thought it was sooner. Or is it here? Okay. Okay, there we go. Oh, that took a while. I thought it was very close in the time frame. I guess I'm kind of forgetting a bit. So here we go. Green is coming in. Oh my God. What's... Oh, come on. This YouTube thing, man. There we go. Yeah, so here we go, right? Green is coming in. There's a bid that's coming in there. 25,000 shares, 65. And I'm taking the long at 68, 69 for the break of 70. So it's a good fill here. I'm in at 68 exactly. So what I'm realizing with Thinkorswim, we'll see some slippage, but as long as we are quick for the entry, we'll get the good fills, man. So here we go. Well, until proven otherwise, at least I'll say for now, as I continue to size up. So you can see I sold that position thinking the breakout wasn't coming. I thought, okay, maybe we're going to just double top in this area of 75. So I'm back out, and then immediately another bid comes in of 22,000 shares. So this is a little unfortunate right here, right? So I'm basically out just for a couple cents, like 4 cents, really. 3 cents in the spreads. Right there is me waiting for the breakout to happen and the breakout not happening. So that's at 10:11. 10:11, I'm in at... So I would have, and there's another trade coming that is the same exact thing is basically going to happen. Let's see. I'm in at 68, out at 74. What's that, 120 bucks in this trade right here. And it's going to happen to me again on the next trade. So I would have been back break even because with 2,000 shares, you got to remember, every 10 cents is 200 bucks. And so at this point, I was literally down 20 cents on the stock, which if it's a momentum stock is not, not that bad. So watch it right here. I'm watching to see how well it's going to hold mid 70s because it might continue for the push to 95 and then possible break of 8. So right here I'm watching, I'm waiting. How well is it going to be? Waiting, not yet, not yet. Right here it's coming as my younger brother's home from school. So the noise is coming. See how it's starting to whip up a little bit right here on the level 2? So I'm waiting for more buying on the ask right here. Here we go. Right there. So I'm long. Great entry. And here we go. Can we see 85, 90, 95? It's a high hold and it's looking to retake high of day. So I gave it a sec. The move is not happening. And I'm back out flat once again. And right here, we're going to see the push to 90. You see how that green comes in right here? That's what I'm waiting for. And we got 94 for that. Well, 95. 95 for the high. Got to take a breath here, man. Yeah. That was my 20 cents on those 2 trades that I missed, which would have put me back flat on the day. Now, had I been back flat, even if I had took the loss on that short, which I did, I'd been in a much better situation to trade PIK by the time it came around. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Let's pull up the webcam. Yeah, that was the day, guys. So you'll see that, yeah, it's a big red day, but was it really a bad day, right? It's not a bad day. I haven't had one of those, I mean, since the sim when I was down 2 grand. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. I'm pretty sure it's out. I'm pretty sure I went over it a couple times. My biggest red day. I think I went over that a couple of videos on that. So be sure to check that one out. I blinked, looked back at my level 2, $2,000 gone. Trading, I was over trading that day. Yeah, so that was it. I'll be back tomorrow. If we see good momentum, I'll be ready to go. We have a good cushion for a reason, and so it's time to utilize that cushion. And when we see these hotter days, to look forward to being aggressive. Guys, it's been RT, and I am, of course, out of here. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Guys, check out the links down below, and I will catch you tomorrow in the video, the live stream.